Welcome to the Sharkpreneur podcast with Kevin Harrington and Seth Greene. Kevin Harrington is the inventor of the infomercial, one of the original sharks from the hit TV show Shark Tank, and has generated over $5 billion in TV and digital direct response sales. Seth Greene is the world's first trusted authority on cutting-edge direct response marketing, a best-selling author, and the only 3-time Marketer of the Year nominee. On the podcast, Kevin and Seth interview Sharkpreneurs who share straight talk on what it takes to explode your business.
Why do so many businesses struggle while others seem to explode overnight? Do you wish you had the secret to this type of exponential growth? Now, I've scaled more than 20 businesses to over $100 million, and it's not just luck. In my new book with Mark Tim, Mentor to Millions, you'll learn the repeatable framework I use in all my business ventures for massive success. Order at kevinmentor.com and get over $1,000 in bonuses. Head to kevinmentor.com.
Welcome to the podcast. This is your host, Seth Greene. Today, I've got the good fortune to be interviewing Matt Wasserlauf, the CEO and founder of MyBlockBoard.com. Matt is one of the original disruptors of the TV business, known as a visionary who revolutionized advertising by enticing television advertisers to start shifting their marketing dollars online. He created BLOCKBOARD to ensure trust, full transparency, and verification in the shifting advertising landscape. Matt, thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me, and good to meet you, Seth.
Likewise. So let's go back in time. How did you decide to disrupt the TV business in the first place?
Well, I was working for a little studio named Warner Brothers, and they had us meet out in Burbank, and they started pontificating on what the future of TV might look like. And I remember one of them clicking on a sweater, a Jennifer Aniston sweater, and popping up a website to buy the sweater. And man, my head popped. I said, I got to be in this. I got to get into this. I got to figure this out. So that's really how it started.
When was that meeting? Do you remember?
25 years ago, in the mid-90s.
Got it. Okay. So obviously there's been a journey from then till now, which probably should be in a book somewhere. So talk a little bit about how BLOCKBOARD got started.
So 3 years ago, I started BLOCKBOARD on the premise of cleaning up a mess. I had an early hand in the formation of the digital video advertising industry back in the late 90s, early 2000s. So having that front row seat gave me a view into how stuff was running, how we built a lot of that early technology. And it's become a jungle. It's really a mess. And I've having had a stake in its formation, I feel compelled to clean it up. And that's what we did when I started to learn about blockchain. Seth, the first thing I learned is it's ultimately a digital ledger. It's a public ledger. And I saw that as a means to really start rebuilding a lot of these components of the video marketplace. And the other thing I learned about blockchain is it restores trust. It's immutable. You can't change it. And so those were the pieces that I felt blockchain can really help solve digital video advertising. And that's why I built BLOCKBOARD.
Okay, awesome. So let's dive in. How does BLOCKBOARD use the blockchain to solve those problems?
So we use Ethereum. That is the system, the blockchain system that we utilize. My tech co-founder, Tarun Yadav, did an early study of all the different operating systems across the blockchain and felt Ethereum was the best fit. So we started there. And then we put the pieces of this ecosystem, the video ecosystem, together to make everything transparent. So when I say the pieces of the video ecosystem, I mean, it is really complex. It starts with an ad server. You have exchanges you have DSPs, you have SSPs, you have a verification system. All of those pieces we reconstructed on Ethereum so that when the advertiser gives us an ad, we take it from A to B and they see it all. And the results have been off the charts.
So I'll ask, so let's ask what I'm afraid is an ignorant question, but I see how that adds value. I'm a business owner. We have a nationwide business. I want to do video advertising. Nowadays, I'm either doing YouTube, I'm doing social media, or I'm working with some agency to buy TV time all over the place. So talk a little bit about how your process fixes that and makes it better.
Yeah, I mean, you missed a big part of that.
You're eliminating a lot of the middlemen.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. And the largest of those middlemen are Trade Desk. So you have these programmatic platforms like Trade Desk that sit in between all of it. And even YouTube has its own Google programmatic platform. So that is really what we're solving. That middleman, that programmatic platform that sits in between all of those distribution platforms you mentioned is really what we're solving, because those systems, Seth, are black boxes. That's a black box. So an advertiser doesn't see how their ad is performing or how it's running. And that is what we're exposing. We're turning the black box into a plexiglass box.
Beautiful. So transparency, which obviously is a big part of the benefits of blockchain. So right now, I mean, you brought up an issue, right? I run video ads on Facebook, and half of the clicks are bots or crap or something. And I don't know which half. I'm wasting money, but I don't know how to solve that. There's clickbait, there's click fraud, there's all kinds of issues. Whatever network you're on, you also help solve that problem, right?
100%. So I tried not to use those bad words, but you said it, so I'm going to run with this. It is somewhere around 50%. There's a book. Oh my God, there's a book called Subprime Attention Crisis. Tim Wang lays it out as clear as day. So the number is somewhere around $20 billion of waste. So we're attacking that $20 billion. And what's really exciting, and I actually think this is where our worlds intersect, Seth, is, you with infomercials, those are the advertisers that are really most excited about our work, because they are the advertisers that are closest to the results, and they need results. So all of a sudden, we're turning those former 1-800 number TV commercials into high-performing digital video ads. And it's one of the more exciting things I'm seeing and experiencing in my day-to-day work.
I bet. And obviously that's of interest to us with all of the media that we buy and that we run and the products that we distribute. So let's talk about that. So can a individual business owner use your platform, or is there some like Fortune 500 level agency that only that's only people who have access?
No. Yes, that business owner can use us. My cred over the last 20 plus years in digital video advertising has been with the Fortune 100, Fortune 500. I built all of my companies on Procter & Gamble. I mean, that's how I've built my career but the big corporations that are spending most of their money on these programmatic platforms, they're hesitant or reluctant to change. And so what we're finding a lot of success is with the direct marketers that are close to the results, that don't just want a media report with reach and frequency and fuzzy metrics. They need sales. They need sales. So all of a sudden, those are the advertisers that are responding to us and where we're building our business today. So I want the business owner. I want those companies.
That's awesome. Do you have any type of minimum in terms of ad buy?
I mean, we talk about a $50K, $50,000 minimum. But we want to help companies grow and we figure it out. We figure.
Is that 50K overall or 50K a month media buy?
Figure overall.
Okay. And then, so let's say I write you guys a check, make a deposit, whatever, sign up. Are we responsible for creative, or are you guys helping with that?
We're helping with that. I mean, I would say we're a mix. You know, we're accepting mostly the TV creative that they're giving us, but we've created some great stuff for Henkel and 8 O'Clock Coffee and some other major companies. And we find when you do amend the creative for this new audience that's on social media, that's got a lesser tolerance for a longer creative, then and you can put a call to action in there, you're getting huge response rates. So we like to have our hands in the creative, but it's not necessary.
Right. But obviously you're seeing all of these campaigns that are going through your platform. So you might know a thing or two.
Correct. And I've been doing it, just to date myself, I've been creating original creative for 20 years. So I'm really good at this, and we have great producers who do this really efficiently. So either way, I think that's going to be the next generation of this stuff is going to be forming that creative, but we can play it anyway.
And then, okay, so if we're submitting ads to you and running on your platform, where does the consumer see the ad? Is that ad on social media? I know you talk about premium CTV and OTV networks. Talk a little bit more, expand on
all of those places. I mean, we've had phenomenal success on Facebook, Instagram. So, but yes, we tend to deal with the premium CTV providers. I would say NBC is our biggest platform where we send most of our ads, but we work with everybody and anybody.
So you mentioned NBC. So then are you then brokering with every NBC affiliate to buy airtime? Is this it's going on a website? Is this it's showing on connected TVs in a specific area? I mean, how does the distribution work?
Yeah, I mean, the distribution works. My team and I have been really the first monetization for most of those premium publishers. So they know us, they trust us. We tend to work with all of them through their SSPs. There are companies out there that aggregate them, so it makes it easier for us to scale. But we work with all of them. And then what we do is we target with our platform to the specific people and audience that our advertisers want to reach. And that could be, on a demographic, that could be on a geographic, that could be on a behavior, what have you. I would say the one level we go further that I think really drives a lot of our success is we're able to retarget off of CTV, connected TV, because we know people who have responded or engaged with the ads on connected television devices, and then retarget them on OTT, over the top apps, where they can then click and buy. So that kind of methodology is really instrumental in our success.
Okay, so that's fascinating. So tell me about the bridge. So first of all, how does someone know if they have a connected TV? Is that just any TV that has a smart TV that has like Netflix or has apps on it?
That's digital. I'll say that's digital.
Okay. So theoretically, are you telling me, which would be the next generation of where TV is going, that I could have someone who, let's say, sees my ad on Facebook, clicks it, doesn't buy, and I can retarget them and have an ad show up on their TV?
That's correct. That's correct. So we know, because everything is digital. I told you that's the prerequisite here is when they are watching. You said Facebook. When they watched on Facebook, we know how long they watched it. So if our trigger is 95% or more. So if they watched it 95% or more, and that could be on a 15 or a 30-second commercial, then we assume there's some interest, and we can retarget them.
How are you matching, let's say, device ID or IP address on a laptop to the device of the TV in their house?
It's the same. We triangulate We know the device, we know the geographic, and we know, what the publisher. So we have all those different data points that we can then match up, if you will, and that's how we're able to retarget.
Well, that sounds like a phenomenally better mousetrap. So how do you get the ad to show if I'm being retargeted? How does the ad show on my TV? Do I need to have downloaded and be in your app, or how does it show up and kick off Geico on NBC when I'm watching Friends or something?
Yes. I mean, that's not once we do the data match, and we retarget you, that driving and distributing that ad is relatively easy because we're already tapped in. We already have our pipes into all of those publishers. So it's a matter of identifying who that person is. That's the hard part, and then we drive that ad back to you.
I mean, that's incredible. I would think that your response, your metrics would be phenomenal.
Metrics are phenomenal, and most importantly, the KPI or the sales data at the end is phenomenal. The one layer that we kind of didn't touch on is on the very front end, we're validating every single impression. So when we get billions of ad calls, we know that they're real, and if they're not real, we take them out. So we're doing all of that work, that heavy lifting on the front end of this through smart contracts on Ethereum. So I don't want to get too sophisticated, but that's the real differentiator in our platform is this blockchain component, the smart contract component, because when you're dealing with real human beings on the front end, then the retargeting, those matches happen much more frequently and much more effectively. So it's that combination and that process that's leading to the kind of success for our direct marketers that we're excited about.
That is, I mean, if you combine transparency with eliminating waste, with better targeting and retargeting on another device that they're not expecting retargeting on, so the response rates would be much, much higher. I mean, that sounds like the Holy Grail.
We got the Holy Grail. I'm even going to give you the color, just to give you one really powerful case study. And it wasn't a direct marketer. Chipotle, that small little QSR that we all know and love, they gave us a $50,000 test. And on Foursquare, their chosen attribution partner, we generated over $1 million of sales on a $50,000.
Wow. I mean, that's an incredible ROAS, and I didn't even realize Foursquare was still around.
Yeah, well, there's any number of opinions about Foursquare, but that was not us grading our own homework. That's my point. Is it was a third party that made that attribution. We're seeing it on any number of. I just use that one as an example, but that's the combination of verifying all the audience on the front end, retargeting those interested customers during meal times, and driving them into stores is what we're excited about, and that's how this platform is working.
That is absolutely incredible. Now, the only thing missing is what my 13-year-old daughter keeps asking me for. And she says, can't you make it so they know I bought something and stop showing me the ad for the thing I already bought?
So we have something in common. We both have 13-year-old daughters. She hasn't asked me that yet. But yeah, that is a legacy problem of internet advertising. I don't know when that'll go away. For us, we're tackling this one advertiser at a time,
right?
Trying to do it right. We're eliminating that waste as well, but in video. So I don't know if your daughter's reacted to some banners that are following her around or whatnot. Listen, it's gotten creepy. I mean, there's a lot of waste. That's what we're attacking, but it's gotten creepy, and I really do, like your daughter, hope for a better day ahead.
Well, I said, honey, we're working on it. Like, if we could track across all devices that that's the thing. Like, she doesn't buy the thing, right? She tells daddy to buy it. So she saw the ad. I'm not clicking on the ad. She's saying, go buy this. I'm buying it on my phone. So they don't know that someone connected to her bought it. Like, there's too many different devices that aren't all
right
together.
There's too many middlemen, and it's become, it's become toxic. I mean, I'm trying to eliminate waste, but a lot of that waste is toxic. And
you're the next generation. You're taking it on an evolutionary level to improve things, both from the consumer side, because we only want to see the ads on things we care about. Well, then stop the Apple, Facebook privacy crap,
right?
And allow us to track you so that we only show you ads you care about, so you're happy. So I like that you're taking it to the next level. Your passion is obvious. What do you like best about what you're doing?
I mean, this is an industry that I helped build. And so I have a real affinity for video. I actually came out of television. I mentioned on the front end of this, I worked at Warner Brothers, I worked at CBS. So I'm really excited about what the potential is here in this space. And I'm determined and on my mission to see it towards that better place. And that's what we're doing at BLOCKBOARD. So I'm really excited about this industry.
Absolutely. Well, that is awesome. Fascinating interview. You built something incredible. We would certainly like to learn more about supporting you and being one of those advertisers that's getting those amazing results.
Great.
This has been Seth Greene for Sharkpreneur with Matt Wasserlauf. Check out myblockboard.com. Matt, thank you so much for your time today.
Thanks, Seth. Great to talk to you, and be well.
Thanks, everybody, for watching or listening. We'll talk to you or see you next time.
Do you need money to fund your idea, product, or service? Are you ready to take your business to the next level, but need capital to get it done? Kevin Harrington has heard more than 50,000 pitches and knows how to help you make the perfect pitch to get the funding for your entrepreneurial dream. He's distilled the process down in his perfect pitch cheat sheet, and it's yours for free. Just text PITCH to him right now at 727-888-2100. Text PITCH to 727-888-2100 right now and claim your free perfect pitch cheat sheet. Text PITCH to 727-888-2100 to start funding your dream today.
This show has been produced by Market Domination, LLC. To discover how you can have your own show completely done for you and turn it into a real published book and become the authority in your marketplace, go to www.marketdominationllc.com/podcast offer.